It was Sleeper opening the bill, which also features the Cranberries and Radiohead. And we spoke to Thom and Ed from Radiohead in the Radio 1 truck this afternoon, with Ed telling us about that REM gig, which happened 10 years ago when they supported U2.
I remember it was a really wet day, and REM were I think they were touring, it was when Fables of the Reconstruction came out, and there was a very kind of sombre atmosphere, I remember, on stage. But it was great. They were supporting U2, and there were the Ramones, Spirit of Destiny, Billy Bragg, and the Faith Brothers. Where are they now?
So did you at that point think one day I'll be on that stage myself?
No, I think I was a bit drunk.
Yeah, you did. You came back and said, yeah, I'm going to do that with... Yeah, we're going to do that.
I remember going to Glastonbury and thinking the next time I go, because I had a really bad time at Glastonbury, because when we started the band I thought, right, next time we go, hopefully we'll be playing Glastonbury. Won't be as a punter.
Do you remember anything particular from REM's set that day?
Yeah, I remember the song off Fables called Can't Get There From Here, which was amazing, and it was everyone was completely wet, but everyone started dancing. It's I don't know if you know the song, but it's Pretty Up, and then it was great, really great moment.
So we know it's quite hectic for Radiohead at the moment, because we spoke to you on the phone on the evening session earlier in the week. But just tell us exactly where you've been in the last 4 days.
We did a gig in, where was it, Ottawa?
We did Canada, we've been to Canada and New York.
And home. Yeah.
We're shooting a video tomorrow for Just.
Right.
And then we fly to Berlin the next morning very early.
So what was your last gig in America like?
It was awful.
It was a place called Saratoga Winners, and this kind of shack up in upstate New York in Albany. It's a real dive, and it's really humid there as well. They got this heat wave as well at the moment. 5 English blokes. We were wasting away.
And then before that, we'd done 2 amazing shows in Canada that were some of the most exciting shows we've ever done. I think, really.
What size of audiences are you playing out there on this tour?
It goes between 500 to 1,000.
Just the 64,000 less than you're playing to today.
Yes.
When you get to a gig of this size, when you're on stage, what do you focus on?
I seem to remember when we did Reading, focusing on the stupid camera that was flying around in front of my face and wanting to throw my guitar at it. Other times I've focused on screaming at the engineer, at the sound engineer on stage, and other times I try and focus on just on the front few rows, really.
Because obviously with the popularity in America and the rest of the world as well, you must have played quite big gigs out in other places outside the UK.
Yeah. One gig we did about 2 months ago. It was in Italy. It was in Rome. It was like a free festival in the centre of Rome, and everybody in Rome went. So it's 500,000 people in this enormous square in the centre of Rome, and then it was to 7 million people live all around Italy as well. And we only had to do 2 songs. And so we went on and did the Bends and High and Dry, and that wasn't time to sort of really get into it. And so, there we were just sort of shaking, and then we had to walk off stage, and I went off stage and went straight to the bar and drank an entire bottle of wine. And just at the end of that bottle of wine, I could just about speak. It was so scary.
Really?
And that was Costello was doing it as well, and he was more scared than me.
Brilliant. I noticed earlier on, just as you were sound checking, you did Rock This Town, the old Stray Cats number now. So this is what you get up to before the doors are opened.
Yeah.
Have you got any particular favourite sound check covers?
What's my favourite? Abilene, Women There Don't Treat You Mean. I think that's by George Hamilton IV.
It's the height of lyricism, I think. So it's after this, staying around for the REM's performance, I imagine, then off back to London then to make this video, or do you go somewhere exotic?
There's a set being built, and we're shooting it in the GLC building as well, or something, the old GLC building. I'm not quite sure where we're going, really. And then we fly to Berlin really early the next morning.
That's Thom and Ed from Radiohead. Off to Europe with REM. And Radiohead's tour manager was telling me earlier on that the band are big in Tel Aviv, which is one of the places that they're going on this tour before finally ending up back in the States. They've also, apparently, Radiohead got the same tour bus now, which they started with 5 years ago. Anyway, here comes the highlights from their set.